Bare vi var da!
Ikke en effekt om stjøren.
Unnskyld ikke vi. Unnskyld satt i dans.
Svär sanser så ser det.
Jo, alltså ja, det ser godt ut som det här är
Är det live på YouTube?
live på YouTube nu.
Men skjul.
Men skjul så unnskyld så är det vera vi det. Eller gata så är. Du kväll på ja, det står bara här. We have put these virtual tours back on schedule just for you guys. So that we can see, so that we can show you around the Eysturoyar tunnel. The official opening is tomorrow, but we have gotten special permission to show you around today. So we'll have it all to ourselves. Many of you might be wondering what the Eysturoyar tunnel is. It is the newest subsea tunnel in the Faroe Islands. It is actually a groundbreaking infrastructure project. It is a groundbreaking infrastructure project in the Faroe Islands. Its official opening is tomorrow. Blah blah blah. And pum 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 pum. Groundbreaking infrastructure project in the Faroe Islands. Ska bara in här lite? Loxa,
Jag kommer inte.
Oxa, ja, jag spelar oxa. Okej? Kanske du kan köra en sin tassar på, eller vad?
Alltså jag hade göra men nu.
Bilden, är tajt för den?
Hade det känns så här väldigt bra. Vad ska man bara sätta i ögonen i de där?
Det var så roligt. We are right now outside one of the entrances into the Eysturoyar tunnel. The entrance that is in Kvudanes, right outside the capital, Tórshavn. Han kör kom här ryggen.
Det är så här.
Mm?
Är det tajt? Här är en kvitan, Chip.
Nej, svarsan är en sånast.
Ja.
Är det en kvidejeep där? Jolla men när det döljer kviden jeep. Ah, jag säger att det går ju en snus på sig mun. Fast jag
Jag
absolut
bråk
säger.
näck med det man känner. Det bråk som beväger mig så. Åh.
Barer. Då bara att jag vet att jag kan inte kört. So just to show around the Eysturoyar tunnel. It is the newest subsea tunnel in the Faroe Islands. Ja, det är fint att vi kan junga sänder in där, så det fick lycka förklara. Ja, också. Fjord, oh my dearest röntgen.
Nej, det där. Bara säger man också nästan lite kartager.
Where is he?
Vad är det som blinkar fram med montanen?
Ja, it's a very special tour of the Faroe Islands. Sant jag tar sig in. DM. DM. Oh my gosh. Barer, hvor en Toyota.
Klocka få kontent. Alltså det är simpelt så. Alltså. Men nu kör bilar. Och vi bara akkurat man tänker så blir det alltid ett extra.
Ja, ja.
Och du får lite batteri av bil Alishon.
Ja.
Det blir väl lock batteri Alishon. Och du vet vi inte kör själva.
Har du tittat nog på det Alice?
Ja, jag sitter.
Okej. Bort. Eysturoyar. FM. Shelfens.
Ja.
Neun Sipsig. Åh shit. Nu får jag orda mig. Nu kom det. En bil för att komma där nu. Det är perhaps title. Perhaps. Ja.
Så det var akkurat sätta till. Så där blir det en gång själv för det ganska.
All right.
Alltså jag var inte light.
Ja. Ring. Äntligen.
Kan du kan jävla mannen ta med?
Var fan? Han är just 45. Mm.
Hej där Alta. Kände du ut att hända vägen? Ja, okej, vad tar man då? Bara vi, okej. Okej, yes. Ja, det ska börja här ute klockan 6. Ja. Ja. Ja, så nästa innanför touchmonster, va? Då så. Ja, det är problem så. Ja, okej. Det var han är beskylta.
Och kvätelt han?
Han ska börja himlen.
Åh, vad signa. Så att vi att den en gång går.
Han var Corbyn är upp med Porsche nu. Jag var okej.
Ja, nej, jag vill börja här sen. Jag vill gå dem.
Ja.
Det är
Till orange press. Vi börjar på turen och så pratar jag vi han med en to. Kör alltså vi kunde i fatla han inte är det klockan 6.
ja.
Åh nej. Hej. Vart är stress? Okej. Ja, så. Ja, nu är jag. Ja. Är det all good? Ja.
go. We are ready to party. Ska vi komma ut? Ja? Ja.
Kan du ha det her først?
Er det remote? Ja.
Er det nærmere på en del i kjører bare, vet?
Nei, er det remote arbeid?
Ja.
Jeg sa det ikke.
No person.
Ok. Japp.
Okay.
Men du må se meg tøyene. Ja. Ja.
Svara bryr. Ser du? Jag vet inte om jag bryr mitt av veden.
Mitt av venon, ja.
Hallå? Ja.
Hello everyone and very welcome to this very special tour of the Eysturoyar tunnel. We have put our virtual tours back on schedule just today to show you around the Eysturoyar tunnel. I'm going forward. I already have a new person controlling me. So this is the newest subsea tunnel in the Faroe Islands, a groundbreaking infrastructure project here, and I am very excited to show you around. My name is Sara and I am here with my co-worker Alda. She's with me as technical support. And we are right now situated in Kvídanes, right outside the capital Tórshavn. This is one of the 3 entrances into the tunnel, and I have to comment on these beautiful portals that you can see right here. They are made by an architecture company called EYA, and they serve a few purposes. I'm going forward. One of them is that when you are entering into the tunnel from the open, bright landscape, right now it's dark, but usually, and into the dark enclosed tunnel, I'm running forward. It's to make the transition from the bright open into the dark enclosed tunnel smoother. I'm running. Yes, we're excited to see the tunnel. I'm turning right. Running, turning left. And the light that you could see in the portals is to make also the transition into the bright open from the dark tunnel smoother as well. Turning left. Going forward. I can see that you're guiding me into the tunnel, away from the gate. Forward. There's actually a car here to take us further into the tunnel because it would be too far to walk to get into the... I'm jumping. We're just gonna let the car come and then we'll go into the car because I want to show you the beautiful roundabout in the center that has made this tunnel quite famous already, although the official opening isn't until tomorrow. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so now we are inside of the car, so I won't be able to take your instructions as if I was outside of the car. So I'm gonna semi-ignore your instructions until then. And I have to put on my seatbelt. There we are. All right, so we are now driving towards the roundabout. From where we entered, it is 7.5 kilometers to get to the famous roundabout. It's known as the giant underwater jellyfish roundabout, or some people have called it that. I'm turning left. And left. You want to see the people in the car. I'm just gonna respect their privacy a little bit. But I can tell you that the person driving us today is none other than the CEO of the tunnel company that has made this tunnel a reality. His name is Teitur Shamazen. Hey Teitur.
Hey. Hi.
And so that's quite impressive. And as you can see, you can see a lot of emergency phones here on the sides. I can tell you a little bit about the safety of the tunnel, which is quite impressive. Every 125 meters, there is a emergency phone. And also every 1500 meters, there is, a spacious area where big trucks and buses can make a U-turn. And yes, we are going forward. Like I said, I won't be able to take your instructions as well as when I'm outside the car, but we will get outside the car as well. And as you can see, even though we're driving where the inclination, I can tell you that the inclination is never steeper than 5%, right, Teitur?
Yes, correct.
Yes. And that not only adds to the safety of the tunnel, but also just to the comfort of the drive compared to the many other very steep roads in the Faroe Islands, especially this time of the year. Not every drive is as comfortable. And I don't know if you can see this through the camera, but this tunnel is quite bright. compared to other dark tunnels in the Faroe Islands, and that is because the basalt is covered by cement. There's a car. So today it's not as trafficked as it will be because the official opening isn't until tomorrow, like I said, but we have had the honor of having the tunnel kind of all to ourselves today. Now we're approaching some beautiful lights here. They are also made by EYA, the architecture company. And this is actually the colors of the Faroese flag. You can see kind of white and blue and red. And these arcs also serve a few purposes. One of them is to make the driver aware of how long he is, or how far along he is, and also to just make the driver more aware and catch the driver's attention so that they don't doze off on the longer stretches. Because right now we are actually on the longest stretch of the tunnel, 7.5 kilometers. That is from Kvuidanes, right outside the capital, to the roundabout. The other two entrances are in Saltnes. It's called Rauchen actually, and one is at Stendur, which are two different sides of the same fjord. Skálafjörður it's called. And this, Tyler just told me that this is the lowest point that we're at right now. And that means that we're at 187 meters below the water surface. Wow. And we can still do a live stream. That's pretty impressive. The tunnel actually has 5G internet connection. Yeah, probably 4. Anyways, the telecom infrastructure in the Faroe Islands is pretty impressive. We have on average the highest speed internet in the world, which makes it possible to stream from under the ocean, which we are right now. We're under the ocean for those of you who just joined in. We're under the North Atlantic Ocean and we're driving towards the giant underwater jellyfish roundabout, which has made its impression on people because this tunnel has already been featured on international media, and it's especially known because of the roundabout, which is decorated by a beautiful art installation by a very well-known artist called Tjöndur Pettersson. And the art installation is a 80-meter long steel sculpture that tells the story of the Faroese chain dance, which is a thing where people join hands and they make a circle and they sing and chant Faroese ballads of kings and heroes of the past. Yes, we're going forward. And another thing that I think is really impressive about the safety in the tunnel that I could tell you about is the tunnel is fitted with radars and cameras all around. And so if a car was to, slow down maybe 20 kilometers an hour or close to that, the radars would detect it and the cameras would automatically turn towards that slow-moving car, and the emergency center would be notified and they would be able to see if there had been an accident or not, which is quite impressive, I believe. The drilling of the tunnel started in 2017, and now in 2020, before Christmas, tomorrow, 19th of December, it is already finished and ready for use, which is actually before the estimated time, right? Before the due, before the due date. And yeah, that's pretty impressive as well. And now you can see in the distance the roundabout approaching. We're turning left, we're turning right. And now you see the Faroese turning left the Faroese chain dance. We're approaching the roundabout. And there are a few people out here. Turn right. I can see two fellas out taking a walk. So in just a moment I'll be able to get out of the car, and then you can direct me further on where you want to go. All right. Let's have a closer look at the roundabout, shall we? Tack för Ryder. Amazing, isn't it? You can kind of see the 80-meter long steel sculpture there. You can see it looks like people have joined in a circle. New person coming up. If you'd like me to go further towards the roundabout, I'll just wait for your instructions. We're jumping and going forward. Running forward. There are a few people still working in the tunnel, putting up the finishing touches before the official opening tomorrow. We're turning left. We're jumping. If you ask me to turn right, I can take you closer to the beautiful steel sculpture made by Eysturoyar. Eysturoyar is a very well-known artist. He has made a lot of big art installations like this one around churches in the Faroe Islands and in Denmark as well. But he is perhaps most known for his stained glass birds. I think the camera needs a touch up. 1 second. Yeah. Is it better? Yes. For his stained glass birds art, it was actually on display at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in 2013 in the States. And he is today 76 years old, but he was internationally recognized in 1976 when he volunteered for a journey across the Atlantic in a wooden boat. And he has said that that journey really inspired his art and that it ignited his fascination with the ocean. We're turning right. Forward. We're running. I see where you were leading me. Going forward. Left, forward, run. We're going forward. We're running. Hey, hey. Hey. Gliliol. Do you speak English? A little bit. Can you say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, so this way is towards Strendur. From here to Strendur is only 1.7 kilometers. So this is the shortest stretch of the tunnel. Turning right. And the arm that you can see there is to Saltnes, which is 2.2 kilometers. That stretch. We're going forward. And so other than just being an impressive, groundbreaking infrastructure project and an impressive art installation project, this tunnel is, we're turning right. Turning right. This tunnel, what I was saying is this tunnel will change a lot of people's lives. It will shorten the drive from Eysturoyar to the biggest island, Streymoy, where we came from at the beginning. The largest or the most populous area called the Runavik region. It will shorten their drive to the capital from around 64 minutes to 16 minutes, which is a lot. That means that they'll save at least, 1 hour a day, because there are daily commuters that work in the capital but live 1 hour away. And we're turning left. And as you can imagine, that means if they work, for example, in the capital 5 days a week, that'll shorten their journey quite a lot. They'll save, for example, 5 hours a week, which is really impressive. Okay, we're running. I see you want to see the the Santa Clauses, but it looks like they are on their own agenda, and maybe we should leave them to themselves. But I understand your fascination with them. We're jumping. For those of you watching on the live stream on Facebook, if you have any questions or comments at all, feel free to ask them in the comments, and our coworkers at Visit Faroe Islands will answer you there. We're going backwards and left, facing toward the roundabout. For those of you who would like to try controlling where we go, you can go on to visitfaroeislands.com and you'll be able to do it from there. Like I said, this piece of art tells the story of the Faroese chain dance. Right. And I was just notified that the artist of the steel sculpture is actually here. So if you ask me to go forward here, we'll be able to maybe meet him, which would be really cool. Ah, okay. He and his son are here. Turning right. And for Trønderpatron, this piece of art also symbolizes that when you join hands and work together, you can achieve great things. And I think that's quite fitting to have here in the center of this huge project, because many people have worked together to make this come true or make this possible. Yes, and you know what? This tunnel actually has its own voice as well. So it doesn't only have this beautiful art installation, there's a beautiful soundscape made by Jens L. Thomsen. It is made especially for this tunnel. So when you come into the tunnel, you can tune into FM 97 and you'll be able to experience the sound of the tunnel as well. He's made it from he's made it so that the entrance has one sound and the longest stretch has a specific sound. And also when you get to the roundabout, you can hear not the lyrics of the chants that the people at the chain dance are singing, but you can kind of get a feeling in the sound of the Faroese chanting the old ballads that I was talking about earlier. And we didn't hear it in the car actually when we drove here, but I would very much like to hear it. And being a Faroese person who has participated in the Faroese chain dance many times, I can tell you that this looks exactly like Faroese people in the chain dance. It's quite special actually. And the figures, they are facing inwards towards the illuminated center pillar, which symbolizes the people walking away from, the darkness and towards the light. And if I keep walking this way, we might get to meet Trondur. Yes, and so when you drive towards the roundabout, the idea is that you'll see shadows moving behind the figures, of course, from the light of the car. And as you're driving around, it'll definitely look like, the shadows are moving, so it'll look even more like the people are actually moving and dancing the Faroese chain dance. Right now, we are 70 meters below the water surface. And so we have 45 meters of solid rock above us and then 25 meters of ocean, which is quite impressive. And I must say, I think it is pretty special that the person controlling me right now, although I'm not getting any instructions, but I am being controlled by people from anywhere in the world, and I am, way beneath the Atlantic Ocean. Isn't that crazy? For those of you who are just joining in, my name is Sara, and I am here with my coworker Alda, and we are showing you around the brand new Eysturoyar tunnel. It is a subsea tunnel, the newest in the Faroe Islands. We have 3 tunnels in the Faroe Islands, subsea tunnels, sorry. And in total, we have 21 tunnels. So that tells you a little bit about the infrastructure in the Faroe Islands. We are a country that consists of 18 islands, all of which are pretty well connected either by ferries or bridges or tunnels, and even helicopters to the smallest islands. And so I'm not getting any instructions from you guys, so I believe maybe there are some technical issues. Onger instruction. Okay, now I can hear some instructions. New person. We would love to hear you guys' comments and what you're thinking about our brand new tunnel, which will open tomorrow. I believe we have the artist right here. Hey, Trondur. Hello. Arbeider du enn? Kan du vise det Luca i kameraet? Yeah. This is Trondur, the mastermind behind the beautiful steel sculpture that we have been talking a lot about on this tour. Yeah. We can show you kind of the shadows. We're trying to show you guys how the shadows, what kind of effect it has on the... You can kind of see the shadows moving, can you? It makes a beautiful moving effect on the figures, which illustrates the The Faroese chain dance. It's quite amazing. Like I said, the figures are facing inwards toward the illuminated center pillar. Turning left. Är det bara det sista som ska på plats, Arne Morgan?
Ja, det är några skruvar som ska spännas och så, men vi då finns det rätta ljus. Det är det som är irriterande. Det ljuset rickar ju slett inte. Det är det, ja.
Aha, ja, ur Spanien säger du, va?
Ja, och det är så beställt och kommer Nokia om man i förstånd det är. Så sätter vi det rätta ljuset.
Akkurat. Oj, ja. Därför är det så att...
Och så där som det att det här är för negljus här och det att köra det går nummer 9.
Ja,
Så kommer det att bli fram. Det är bara det som negljus här.
akkurat.
Nu då som man kan på mitt liv som hittar det här där skulle vi så stämma samman då vi då inte köra rätta ljus.
Akkurat.
Det är väldigt viktigt för ljus.
Ja, akkurat. Här får jag lycka nämna. Nu står det med hämta vin. Det ser jag vi ska färra. Jag får lycka fylja. We're going forward. So Trent just told me about the lighting. The masterpiece isn't completely, let's run, yes. The masterpiece isn't completely finished yet because he's still waiting for the correct lighting. So in about 14 days, the correct lighting will be and the perfect effect will be seen for the drivers driving through the tunnel. So like I said, today it is quiet here, but that will soon change. The tunnel company expects around 5,000 to 6,000 cars to drive through here daily, or vehicles. And the official opening is tomorrow, and I believe there will be at least 5,000 to 6,000 cars or vehicles. People are so excited for this tunnel to open. Like I said, the drive for many will be shortened from 64 minutes to 17 minutes, which means that for the daily commuters, they will save at least an hour a day, which is 5 hours a week. And if you multiply that by 53, all of the weeks of the year, they'll have saved 265 hours, I believe, which is actually 11 days. So I guess that you could say from tomorrow, some of the commuters' years will be lengthened by 11 days away from their car, which is a pretty big deal, I think. Let's run. And so I would really like to show you guys one of the secret chambers of this tunnel. To be exact, one of the several water wells that are here in the tunnel. So if you'll direct me forward here, then I'll show you inside of one of those wells. Shall we go? I'm gonna start walking towards them. The tunnel has several water wells, and the way that it works is that even though we're so far below the ocean right now, or the ocean surface right now, the tunnel has fresh water wells because it is actually fresh water that slips slowly into the tunnel, and then that fresh water ends up in the wells, and then there are pumps that pump the water back out. And so if it wasn't for these wells, the tunnels, the underwater tunnels that we have here would get flooded. And now we're going to walk towards one of those wells. I believe the tunnel has about 5 in total wells. And so, yeah. And so it is actually really special that we get access to these water wells, because tomorrow when the tunnel opens, we will not, or you will not be able to access these wells. It is a restricted area, but we got special permission from Tider today to show you guys around inside those chambers as well. And we are right now on the road to Runavik, or Rochen. On this road that we're walking on right now, from the roundabout to the exit is 2.2 kilometers. And we're running. So the way that we're walking towards now is where I will be, from tomorrow I will be driving through this lane to the capital. And I must tell you, I'm very excited. There's so many times that I have thought, because I'm on the other side of the ocean, I can see over to the capital, I can see the lights from the capital, and I've wanted to go there, but I have 1 hour drive, so I've decided not to go. And from tomorrow, I will actually only have, I'm just going to cover the camera for safety reasons or privacy reasons. And we'll get inside the water well. But from tomorrow, I'll have, 17 minutes instead of an hour, which is amazing. I'm very excited for the tunnel to open tomorrow. Now we're inside the water well. There's some activity going on in here. It looks like they're fishing. Turning left. All right, so like I said, we're inside the water wells now. I don't want to interrupt these fellas in whatever they're doing. We're gonna walk towards the fresh water. So the water that we can see in here right now is fresh water, even though we're underneath the ocean bed and going backwards. And if all of the electricity was to go out, if the working of the wells, the pumps and everything, if the electricity would go out, they would still manage to keep the water for 2 to 4 days. We're turning left. Maybe this is... Okay, we're going forward. Maybe they need some help. Hade du fjol? You need help?
I need a little bit of help, yeah. Drag, yeah. Take the wind, yeah.
Oh, we managed. All right, we're turning right. Turning right. New person. So we have a new person coming up. A warm welcome to you. For those of you who are just joining in, we are showing you around the Eysturoyar tunnel, and right now we are in one of the water wells in the tunnel. Turning left. We're going forward. We are going to exit the water wells now. Forward. We are jumping and running. I'm just going to cover the camera for privacy reasons until we're back out. And we're back. Turning right. Going forward. So I've been talking a little bit about the safety of the tunnel. Left, forward. Earlier, because it is quite impressive, the safety is very high. I told you that in every 125 meters there's an emergency phone. And every 1500 meters we have a very spacious area where big trucks and buses can make a U-turn. And also, in case of an emergency, signs will be on the roads and walls guiding the cars outside, out of the tunnel, as well as a speaker will give instructions as well in case of an emergency. We're running. And one thing that I think is quite impressive is that if a car slows down, starts driving very slowly, the tunnel is fitted with radars and cameras all around, and so the radars will detect it, and automatically the cameras will start moving towards that area of the slow-moving car, and the emergency center will be notified and will be able to see through the cameras if there's been an accident. Running. And also, if a fire extinguisher is removed, in case of a fire, fire bars will shut all of the entrances into the tunnel, so it will shut down and electrical fans will start ventilating smoke out of the tunnel. We are running. And so with all of these lights and all of the technical equipment up and running, it is estimated that this tunnel will use as much electricity as a small Faroese village. We're jumping and we're running. It's quite cold down here because you can feel the wind from every side, from every direction. We're turning right. Here at the roundabout, you have 3 directions to choose. It has 3 arms. One of them leads to Strendur, which is the one that we are moving towards now. It is 1.7 kilometers from here to Strendur. And one goes to Saltnes, and one goes to Kuidanes, right by the capital, Tórshavn. We're going forward. We're turning right. And here we have the CEO of the tunnel company and the artists behind the steel sculpture, and also we have the artist behind the soundscape made especially for the tunnel is here as well. So I told you about the soundscape, that when you enter into the tunnel, it has its own voice. So you can tune into FM 97. We are jumping. Tune into FM 97 and you'll be able to hear the voice of the tunnel. It's a soundscape that has different sounds to it from when you enter and when you drive through the long stretches, and also when you're here by the Faroese chain dance, you'll hear kind of the chanting, just not the lyrics and the voices. We're going forward. We're running. We're turning left. Turning left. It's quite noisy right now because we have a couple of cars going through. I think we should start heading back to the car now, because then I'll be able to show you the drive through to Saltnes, which I believe will be the most trafficked road from Saltnes to the capital. Should we start heading towards the car? I'm sorry, I can't even hear my own voice. I don't know if you can hear anything from the noise. For those of you who are just joining in, my name is Sara and I am here with my coworker Alda, and we are taking you around the Eysturoyar tunnel, which is a subsea tunnel, a groundbreaking infrastructure project here in the Faroe Islands. The official opening is tomorrow, and when it opens tomorrow, we will have a total of 21 tunnels in the Faroe Islands. Turning right. Hey! I think we're gonna head back to the car now, and then you'll be able to kind of direct me in the car. I'll turn the camera from where you want me to turn it, but I won't be able to run or jump or any of those things in the car. All right, we're back in the car and we're gonna start driving towards Rojin, or Saltnes, as some people, or most people know it by Saltnes. We're turning left. We just have to turn the car around and then we'll be heading in the right direction. So the stretch from the roundabout to where we are going is 2.2 kilometers. Which makes it the second longest or second shortest stretch in the tunnel. You know what? Let me check if the soundtrack works. We should actually check if the soundtrack works. For those of you who didn't hear me earlier, Jens L. Thompson, a Faroese artist, has made a soundscape especially for the tunnel, when you're driving through the tunnel. And I'm very excited to hear it, but I am not sure if it's working yet. And it would be quite amazing if I could show you guys. This is it. Okay, I'll sit quiet for a while. So you have to tune into FM 97, and then you'll hear this. cars driving through the tunnel tonight, but tomorrow I think there will be a lot. How many do you think, Tighter? 6,000? 5,000?
More.
More, yes. I believe so too. I think there will be more.
10,000.
10,000. Yes, I think so too. Turning left. And so, because we're in the car right now, I won't be able to take all of your instructions, but I can turn a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right. Turning right. Turning right. Going forward. Can you still hear the soundscape? As you can see, other than just being a groundbreaking infrastructure project, it's also just a huge art installation and high technological construction as well. It's a big project in every aspect. And now we are at Rogen, and now we can see the light portals as well. The same kind as we saw in the beginning of the tour. And again, this is made by the architecture company called EYA. And one of the purposes is to make the transition from the dark enclosed tunnel out into the bright open a bit smoother. But now once we get outside of the tunnel, it's not bright outside, it's not light. Which I could tell you that the shortest day in the Faroe Islands will be, is it the 20th? December?
21st.
Huh? 21st? December? Yeah, that will be the shortest day, and it's, what is it usually, how many hours of flight? 6 hours of flight. It changes, but yeah, so it's pretty dark in the Faroe Islands right now. And the shortest day will be on the 21st of December, and usually it's around 6 hours of daylight and then just dark like this. And some of you might know this, but in the summer we have the longest day is 21 hours of light. Is that correct? About, yeah. Oh, and from here, you know, the big light that you can see across from us here, between us, from where we are right now, and the light that you see at the other side is the other portal to get into the tunnel. Oh, we can't see it right now. It's just open. There we go. That's the other portal. So you can actually see how close it is. The two entrances into the tunnel. It's very close. So it's quite amazing that these two different sides of the fjord that are already very well connected, some of them even share municipality, that they actually now will be even more connected, because now the drive will be only, how much? 4 minutes? It'll go from 4 minutes from 25 minutes. So that's amazing, because you could see how close it was, but it's but they had to take the trip, of course, all around the fjord. But now, because of the subsea tunnel, it will be a lot faster for them to reach their friends and loved ones on the other side of the fjord. It's raining. And so now you got to see a different part of the Faroe Islands. We started right by the capital, and now we have been in Saltnes. Yes, I think we will show you guys around because we have some extra time. We will show you guys around the region here. It's a bit rainy outside today, so the visibility isn't ideal, but I hope you'll excuse us. So even though this big project is finished and will open tomorrow, Teitur, the CEO of the tunnel company, who is the driver here today, he already has a big project coming up, or it's already begun, which is the Eysturoyar tunnel, and it will finish in 2023 if everything goes according to plan, which will connect the island of Sandoy to the greater infrastructure part of the Faroes, which is also a very exciting thing that people have been waiting for a long time. Okay, I'm sorry about the visibility. It isn't the best, but as you can see, this is a populous region here as well on this side of the tunnel. Although the Kvuitanes side, that entrance that we started at, is the most populous region in the Faroe Islands. The Faroe Islands has a population of 52,000 people, and there are actually around 40,000 vehicles registered here in the Faroe Islands, so that's quite a lot compared to the population. And the tunnel company estimates that there will be a daily traffic of around 5,000 to 6,000 cars through the tunnel daily. We are right now in Runavik, which is the third largest municipality, or second largest municipality in the Faroe Islands? Third largest municipality in the Faroe Islands. And from here to the capital is around 55 kilometers. And usually, but from tomorrow it will be only 17 kilometers. And tomorrow in the Faroe Islands we have actually 3 subsea tunnels, and so the tunnels do a thing where they call it a tunnel day, and that's where you get to go through the tunnel without a fee. So the tunnel always has a fee, and it's different from tunnel to tunnel, but sometimes they have tunnel days and you get to travel through them for free. And actually the tunnel company of the Eysturoyar tunnel, they were really in the holiday spirit this year, and so they gained free access to drive through the tunnel without paying anything all the way until New Year's. So that was kind of their Christmas present to the daily commuters, which is quite amazing because there's still a lot of time to be shopping all of the Christmas presents. And now people from the capital will be able to come here in just 10 minutes to do their shopping, and vice versa. And I can tell you for sure that I will be driving through the tunnel tomorrow. I'm one of the people that works in the capital from time to time, and so whenever I have to work in the capital I have 1 hour to drive, and that's just one way, so 2 hours in total every day. So for me, using the tunnel will be a life changer for sure. And the fee for driving in the tunnel, if you have a what do you call it in English? Nej, abonnemang eller halt.
Tunnel pass?
Yeah, there's a thing called a tunnel pass. And if you have a tunnel pass, the fee for driving through the tunnel from here to the capital will be, or from the island of Eysturoyar to Streymoy will be 75 kroners. That's the starting fee, and then depending on how much you use the tunnel, the fee will go down eventually. And I'm not sure how much it is without the tunnel pass.
175.
175. So you'll do good in getting a tunnel pass. We are almost reaching the end of our tour, and we're gonna go back into the tunnel and drive to the capital, which means I have a 1 hour drive back home from the capital. Unless I ask tighter now while I have all of you listeners if I can get special permission to go. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that tonight. I'll drive through it tomorrow. But yeah, so we are reaching the end of this tour. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have. I can't express enough how excited we are for the tunnel to open tomorrow, and we hope that you, now after having seen the tunnel, are inspired to come and visit and do a drive through yourself. And perhaps the last minute we're just gonna let you enjoy the soundscape once again. And let's just end by saying that we hope all of you are staying safe through this pandemic. And me, Sara, who was your tour guide, and also my coworker Alta and Teitur, and all of our coworkers that visit Faroe Islands, and our friends back here, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, right?
Merry Christmas.
A very Merry Christmas, yes. Okay, stay safe, everyone, and thanks to everyone who has been watching and controlling me. Goodbye.